I'm your morning witch, and today is Tuesday, October 7th. It's a magical day today. And before we go any further, other than Happy Tuesday, we're going to get present because we didn't yesterday. So, in through the nose, hold it to become present, out through the mouth. Love thyself, my friends. Happy Tuesday and good morning. I'm inspired by yesterday talking about beginning path, and if you'd like to, you can check that out yesterday. But today's message is all new. It's on its own. It was just inspired by yesterday anyway. So, love thyself. That's how I started out. Because the first step in all things, not just the craft, is loving yourself before you can have successful relationships with other humans. Loving yourself is very important, because how can we truly open ourselves up to others when we don't accept ourselves as we are? How can we expect love or enjoy love or know love when we do not love ourselves? So first, let's talk about a surface way to love ourselves, because we have to love ourselves inside and out. Sometimes the inside's hard, sometimes the outside's hard, sometimes it's all hard, especially like when you're an adolescent, right? So like this one's for your inner teen just as much as anything else. Or if you are a teen, maybe you need this, okay? But glance at yourself in the mirror. Do not stare at yourself in the mirror. Scientifically proven, if we look at our faces too long in the mirror, they become distorted. This will further any bad ideas we have about ourselves, not help them. So glance in the mirror. Tell yourself something that you like about yourself. I love my eyes. I think my eyes are great. I love my eyes. I might glance in the mirror and go, oh, my eyes look great today. Or I might glance in the mirror and think, my nose actually looks cute. And my nose is what I don't like. So it's like, if I can see my nose looking cute, that can really help me, right? And so that's a surface level way to love ourselves. Now, loving ourselves inside is a little different. We have to pick apart the pieces of ourselves that we don't like. This is called shadow work. In shadow work, there's a misconception that we are getting rid of our shadow. No, we are integrating our shadow. We are diving deep into our shadow and loving ourselves anyway, not immediately. It takes time, but start small. Start with a little thing about yourself. Start with something small. Something about yourself that, like maybe we interrupt people when they're telling us stories because we relate in this moment. And if we don't say the thing that we want to say right now, we may never be able to tell them how we relate to their experience again. But before we think about it, right, like that's just something about other people that bothers us, and it bothers us about ourselves. So like, okay, let's look at it. Why does it bother us about other people? Well, because we do it too, and we know that it bothers other people. So like we're kind of bothered when other people do it, even though we do it. And really the whole bottom line is like, we're bothered that we do it. So look at why you do it, right? Maybe you don't do it for the same reason as me. Maybe it's not because like I relate to this in this moment and I have to share it right now, or it's fleeting and like a butterfly, it will be gone, right? Although, you know what they say about if you let the butterfly go and it comes back to you, right? But that's not the point. That's not the point. It's a way you could think in your shadow work. But anyway, the point is we find these little things to start. We find little things. We examine them. We see why we do them. You're like, yeah, this bothers me about myself. I let it bother me about other people because it bothers me about myself. What can I do? What can I do about that? Well, what we can do about that is see why we do it. And if we can change. And if it's something like this is how we relate to other human beings because our own neurodivergence, then does it need to be changed? And maybe because our own neurodivergence leads us to behave this way, maybe we can find understanding for others as well that have this same behavior that irritates us. And as we try to accept that behavior in ourselves, we accept that behavior in others around us, and we create more peace in our lives, as well as acceptance and love for ourselves. And like, the more we can gain self-love, the easier we can move through this whole world. Those are the thoughts for today. I'll see you tomorrow for Witchy Wordy Wednesday. Bye. Happy spooky season. Don't forget it's spooky season, always.